Hello, everyone. Welcome to our podcast. This is the second episode, so we're glad you're here again if you're listening for the second time. Once again, I'm Brendan.
And I'm Bradden.
And before we begin today, we want to thank you all for whoever turned into our first episode. It was a huge success, so thank you for those who turned in. Today, we are going to be reviewing or talking about Burn the Ships by For King and Country. This is their third studio album to date, and they won a Grammy for the Best Christian Music Album in the Grammys in 2019. It also won two We Love Awards, and there was a deluxe edition released in March 2021.
Mhm.
Any thoughts about this, Braden? Like about the album as a whole?
Oh yeah, the album definitely landmark album for King Country. It, like you said, they're one of their biggest albums to date, impacted millions, and almost every song here is just an incredible song. Definitely resonates with fans, and from the We Love Awards, Grammys, from all the ways it's impacted, it's amazing.
So the first song on the album is Intro It, and this is just a basic intro. It's all instrumental, but I like the feel of it because it gets the fans excited for the album. They see what comes next for their album.
Oh yeah, definitely. If you ever been for a country live show, you know they put on an amazing show. So this instrumental definitely gives that feel of what they're known for, of really setting the stage for an amazing experience.
And the second song on the album is Joy, or like I should say, the first real track song is Joy. This
Mhm.
song was a pop hit sensation. You heard it on all over the radio, mainstream radio, Christian music radio. I think there was some I'm on like modern day radio too, like that big of a radio. I think that song was just like blew up, like and made it really popular. And it has a fun music video with it to it as well. If you watch it, it featured Cameron Candace Burr from Full House, so it gained really popularity from there. And it got certified. The song is one of the songs by For King Country that's certified gold by the RCIA record company and everything.
Mhm.
So, and it was like the number one most played song in 2019 in Christian music. So this song is pretty huge for King and Country. And this probably For King and Country was big before this, but I think this song made them to the next step to like a top tier band from there.
Definitely, yeah. It was the first single before the album came out, and it definitely shot Working Country up to a new level of already excellence that they had to just more exposure that they rocked amazingly.
And this song is on the radio still. If you turn on the radio, if you hear For King and Country, they play a lot of this song for throwback songs, like Throwback Thursday. This is one of the songs they'll play.
Oh yeah, it's the bop.
So the next song on the album is called God Only Knows, and everyone knows God Only Knows with the different remixes. But this is the original version. So this was just for King Country by itself and everything. They had no cover or like no other artists with them and all that. And it had two remixes, one with Echo Smith and one with Dolly Parton. And both of them gained really popularity. And I think the remixes helped the popularity grow out from what it was. Because at first this was like a song like that was just on the album, but then once those remixes came out, it skyrocketed to a whole new level, like you said, with Joy.
Agreed. Yeah, the remixes are incredible. Neither of them are one you want to miss. The song alone, once it was released on the album, it went viral. I remember the music video gained so much traction from the impactful message of this song. It's a beautiful song, so powerful, and the remixes definitely make it even better experience.
What was your favorite remix? Personally, for me, I prefer the Echo Smith remix.
Same, yeah. I just love Sydney's voice in it. I love how they take that. It's just so well done.
And Dolly Parton is like just country legend, like rock and roll Hall of Famer and everything. Her version is pretty good, but I love the Echo Smith one. Like Echo Smith's one of my favorite mainstream bands right here.
Same, yeah. Both of them are amazing.
So the next song on the album is Amen. This song debuted at number 25 on the Hot Christian Music chart. So the music video was actually filmed in Salt Flats, Utah. It was the flattest place on earth, according to Luke. And
Mm.
it resonated with the dark and desolate life without great hope. They were trying to show there's good in everything, beauty in everything. And the song is really popular still on the radio. Like I said,
Mhm.
this album has like tons of great hits, and this is one of the bigger ones too, as well.
Definitely, yeah. This song gained so much traction on radio. And again, every song for country does is so much meaning into it. This song, especially taken from Luke's baptism that he had. So it's an amazing song. I love the creativity with it. I love how far it went and just the impact of it's amazing.
And I feel like this is probably the third biggest song off the album after God Only Knows and Joy. Personally, I think this is one you still hear on radio here and there.
Hmm.
So It depends on where you are for the radio, because I know like here they play it on the radio, but I don't know like if you're somewhere else listening, they play it there, but I hear it all the time still.
Same, yeah.
So the next song is Burn the Ships. This is the title track off the album. And at one point, we sat down with Luke from 14 Country, obviously, when he sat with NRT, and he said this about the song. There's this story about an explorer going to a foreign land who wanted to explore the horizons, explore the mountains, explore the horizons, and explore the mountains. He called all his men to the shore and told them they were going to go explore. They didn't want to follow him. They wanted to stay in the dirty confines of these boats. A few days later, he called all the men to shore again. As soon as the soldiers are on the land, he ordered his generals to burn the ships. He said, "We're not retreating. We're not going back. We're pushing forward." When my wife flushed those pills, that was the moment where she burned the ships and wasn't going to let her past consume her future. So it seems like this song is really personal to Luke. So like
Mhm.
it's showing like you burn down like what's tearing you apart. It's like just trying to make you brand new, like you're forgiven, time to burn down what's holding you back and everything.
Definitely. This song is personally my favorite off the record because, like you said, it has such a personal meaning. It has such a meaning of freedom, of coming out of what once held us, and like for Luke's wife coming out of this addiction she was in. It's a beautiful song, my personal favorite. Another huge hit that just I think this is for country at one of their best, just showing their deep message, their beautiful harmonies of vocals, and yeah, I just love it.
And the song seems like I said, a little personal to Luke. And I always like personal songs, like we discussed last week with Toby Mac's 21 Years. That song is really personal, and this song seems really personal to Luke. So I like that a lot.
hmm
So the next song on this album is Fighter, and it's an empowering anthem of healing and courage. What are your thoughts about this song?
I personally love this song. It's definitely an amazing one. It's got a pop vibe to it that's not overly done. It's still a slow song. It's still pop. It's still got an empowering message that I've seen them perform it live. It's amazing. And even some of my friends who don't like Christian music, this is one of the songs that they will hold on to and declare over their lives. And I love how it's reaching so many people and the impact of it. Definitely an powerful song that I love.
Yeah, I agree with everything you're saying. The song impacts a lot of people and inspires people to keep moving forward, and that you're getting healed, and it gives them the strength to move on with their life. If whatever you're going through is just showing like keep on fighting and it'll get better.
Definitely, yeah. And the deluxe edition featured a thematical remix of the song, which again is a can't miss.
And song number 7 on this album is Need You More. To be honest with you, this is the one song I don't know much about from this album. I've listened to it a few times, but it doesn't really resonate with me with the others personally. I still like the song. It's just I'm not too familiar with this one, honestly.
Hmm. This is one I wasn't familiar with either. I had to go back and listen to it. It's again a really good song for King Country still. Just compared to so many of the other songs, it's not has standing out compared to the other ones. But I think the message of the song was about Luke talking about his son and his wife about just how they went through a health scare and just amazing how God helped them through that. And this was a song birthed out of that moment.
And I feel like Luke has a lot of personal songs. If you go back to the last album, I think before that, for King Country, they had a song "Without You" featuring his wife and everything. So that's an other personal song. So it seems like Luke likes writing a lot of personal songs for him. So you can see
hmm
that here. And "Shoulders" was another one that reminds me of this song. That's what the song reminds me of, is "Shoulders" from their previous album.
Agreed. Yeah.
A song on this album was "Control," and this is a personal song of surrender. So they're surrendering it all to God and making them take control of their lives and guiding them through whatever obstacles they go through their life, from touring to personal lives and everything.
hmm And like we mentioned before about how Luke having so many personal songs, this is a song that Joel stated is one of his favorites and personal to him. And it's a beautiful song of surrender, like you mentioned, beautiful song of giving it all to God. I love how deep it is. I love that it doesn't particularly sound lyrically like for country, but yet it does sound like that. It's them growing into a songwriting deepness, and I just love how they convey it. It's such a good one.
And you can see some of this in their next album that just released this year, "What Are You Waiting For?" You can see a lot of that in that album too.
hmm Agreed fully.
I feel
Yes.
like this set the pathway for their newest album. like with
Mm-hmm.
songs like Unsung Hero and everything and Relate. So
Mm-hmm.
the ninth song on this album was Never Give Up. This is like a fun pop anthem. So after a couple personal songs, you get a fun pop song in here.
Mm-hmm. Love how they include that in there, just to, like you said, to give a pop one in the middle of it all. Again, super fun song, an encouraging message like Free Country is known for. A lot of songs this album is about to keep pressing on, to keep believing, to keep stepping into a new day that, God's given all of us. And this song shows that well. It's just a really fun song.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. And this is just like the pop style you hear for King Country, like Fix Your Eyes and all that and everything. So
Mm-hmm.
this 10th song on this album is one of my personal favorites. This is Hold Her. This is a song for prayers for their wives while they're distant from them. So this is their song or slash prayer to their wives and God when they're on touring, out touring, trying to like make God watch over their wives while they're gone, basically.
Mm-hmm.
That's the simplest way to put it.
True. Yeah. This is one of my personal favorites as well. Just a beautiful song. Even for people like me who are single, it's still a beautiful song to, pray over future wives, pray over current people you're dating, over if you're married. It's a song that for that as well. Just beautiful, well done. I love this song. It definitely carries the emotion Free Country is known so well for in an amazing way.
And I feel like this is if this could be a song for like a wedding song or whatever too.
Yes, definitely. It'd be
This
a
would be like a
beautiful
wedding song vibe, honestly. The last song on the album is Pioneers, and this features Joel and Luke's both wife, Mariah and Courtney. Mariah, you guys might have heard of before, Mariah Peters. She's a big Christian music artist of her own. And then Courtney has a couple of her own songs, but she's mostly known for a couple of songs with Working Country. She's in like that song I brought up earlier, Without You from the previous album. I think there's one song like every album that she does with them and everything. So I like how
Mhm.
they try to get their wives incorporated with their music and everything.
Definitely, yeah. It's so cool when Christian artists have their wives and spouses featured. Free Country is definitely an amazing example of that. This song originally wasn't going to make the album on the chopping block, but once their wives were brought into it, they said it sparked just a new life into the song. Beautiful song, so well done, a personal one again for relationships, and definitely an encouraging message.
And going with this, they come from a musical family. So like Rebecca's with Mariah being Joel's wife and everything. But then remember, Rebecca St. James is their sister. So it's just like a whole big musical family. So
Definitely, yeah.
they should just do like a small bone family Christmas album or something like that.
Oh yeah, that'd be amazing.
And
Or
like
Small Bone
Courtney,
Family Tour.
Mariah, Rebecca St. James, and all of them.
Oh yeah.
What are your three favorite songs from the album, Braden? Oh,
My
before we
favorite
go,
song.
actually, rewind, sorry, take that back. Before we go into our favorite songs, we completely forgot there was a deluxe edition of this album, like we listed before, and there was a
Mhm,
big hit from that song, Together. It's not on
mhm,
this basic edition of the album, but it was on the deluxe. But this song was really popular. It came out during COVID, saying we can all get through this together. I remember Tori Kelly's in it, Kurt Franklin's in it, and they got a lot of fans to be a part of the music video for the song too, as well. And
Yes,
it just gained
super
really
glad.
much popularity. It gained so much popularity.
Yes, super glad they included it on the deluxe edition because, like you said, it impacted so many people in the middle of COVID, in the middle of trying times. Just a powerful, encouraging message. And Tori Kelly, she's one of my favorite mainstream artists. So seeing her collaborate with them was amazing, along with Kurt Franklin.
Kurt Franklin does a lot of collaborations. You just don't know it until you saw it, like, oh, look, it's Kurt Franklin. So what's your favorite three
True.
songs on what are your three favorite songs on the album now? Sorry about that.
No problem. It's probably, I have to say, Burn the Ships, then God Only Knows, and Hold Her. Those are three songs that definitely have impacted me and show for me Foreign Country is one of my favorite bands. Just an amazing, incredible artist.
I had three. Two of them are similar. I have Holder and God Only Knows. But only reason I ever put God Only Knows is the Echo Smith remix because I feel like that makes that song brings that song whole new life and everything. And then my third
Mhm.
favorite song is Joy. So those were my three favorite songs. Is there nice and easy mainstream success songs? So
Mhm.
anything else you
Awesome.
can talk about this album about?
I know definitely, like you mentioned again, and we mentioned at the start, this was definitely a landmark album for country. Run Wild, Live Free, Love Strong was already a huge jumping part for freaking country. This album, I think, cemented them as one of the biggest bands of Christian music, not just in the Christian realm, but like so many songs like Joy and God Only Knows reach into the mainstream and impacted millions. It's amazing what God did with this album. And it's amazing how many Christian music fans, this album's one of their favorites because of that. And it's just such a well done album that impacted me. It's impacted you. It's impacted so many others. And
Mhm.
just love what God's done through these brothers.
And I heard a song. It's like a lot of these songs are what they do on tour too. So like half this album is like the tour set list right here. So they're getting popularity from that too. So
Mm-hmm. And hearing them live is just so cool.
I don't know, but my guess is because if you follow Winter Jam at all, they usually rotate between Skillet and Newsboys and Crowder, and I feel like, and I think for King of
Mhm.
Country's turn this year, so maybe we'll see some of these songs at Winter Jam this year. I don't know the lineup yet. No one knows the lineup yet, but I'm just putting two and two together. They This album wasn't out since last time they were on Winter Jam. The last time they were on Winter Jam was when Run Wild came out. So
Oh wow, yeah. Fingers crossed that hopefully we'll see the Small Burn Brothers, crush it like they always do with Winter Jam.
all right. Thanks again, everyone, for tuning in this week's episode. If you have an album recommendation you want us to talk about, drop it in the comments below and we'll consider it and talk about it later. Once again, thank you for tuning in, and I hope you have a great week.